Hi, Rashi here. Welcome back to Beacon Pines. We're going to jump right back into this and hope that I can remember what the hell I'm doing. I want to go look and see what the changes we can make are. So in the Warehouse of Horrors, we actually have a new option. So we have Struggle. So if, for a little memory jog, this is where Luka gets murdered. So this is a story about struggle. Let's try struggle, see what happens.
This is a story about struggle. Luka could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile. He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luka swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luka was free and scrambled to the door.
Go, Luka!
He never looked back once on the long run home.
Oh my god.
Chapter 3.
So this way Rolo's not actually lost.
Everything's fine.
Okay.
The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Okay. Just me and Nan. I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. Uh-huh. So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So, what did you and Rolo get up to yesterday? Oh, Rolo had things to do, so I just sort of poked around town. I set the jam down by the front door. There's 2 batches to drop off. One for Mr. Tolliver at the Bag and Wag. Deliver jam to Mr. Tolliver. Another for Mrs. Fratelli at the diner. Are you using your jam as a way to, like, fraternize with people? Oh, and Mr. Nuncreed. He said he wanted some more. I suspected as much. Yes, he seems to have taken a particular interest in my jam. There are some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. And we gotta deliver some jam to Mr. Nuncreed. Just make sure Fratelli and Tolliver get the ones on top. No problem. Off with you now while the day is still young. Alright, thanks, Granny. I don't know why I just came out the back. Love you, Gran. Oh. Is that a rotary phone? Hello? It's Juniper Hartfoot. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. The simple matter is, we both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well, we can meet tonight. Gran, what are you doing? Okay. Oh, this is so heavy. I'm just a little guy. Rolo! Okay. Sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. But good news, no more boring chores for me today. Did you make it to the old Valentine warehouse? So, what did you find? Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it'd be aliens. No. Zombies? No. Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be? Rolo, I've got to deliver these into town first. We can catch up after. Oh, is it a whole thing? Sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you speak of. Meet me at Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet. Thanks, Rog. Thanks. I just called him Roger. Thanks, Rolo. Alright, so they need to get the ones on top. But this also means that I haven't met Beck yet. Your little bug boy. How the bugs going? Wait, watch your step. Oh, sorry. There was a whole family of beetles here. They've gone missing. I thought they just sort of wandered around. Everyone has a home, Luka. Even beetles.
Luka checked the soles of his sandals.
I think we're okay. It's weird that they're gone. They went missing when the festival preparations began. You think the noise scared them away? Something like that. Just watch where you step, okay? I honestly cannot remember the voice I gave him. So you know what? He's just got that one. I like how they're just piling stuff in front of him. You can tell those jerks. Doesn't matter how many boxes they pile up. I ain't moving. That's one stubborn man. I've got deliveries to make. Okay, hello. Good morning. I can't talk to you. But you two are both. Mr. Wilder, I trust you have time to chat.
Eris Valentine, oldest of Sharper Valentine's children, and heir to the Valentine fortune, had a way of making questions seem like demands.
Certainly. What seems to be the problem?
Mr. Wilder had learned to assume that if he was hearing from Eris, it was because she had taken issue with something he had put in the paper.
I couldn't help but notice that the front page of this morning's paper was consumed with stories about this silly festival. Well, yes, that is the news of the day. But there was no mention of the museum, nor the foundation through which it was endowed. I'm sorry, Miss Valentine. My readers are more so interested in this town's future, rather than any one family in particular. There was a time, Mr. Wilder, when the goings-on of my family was the only thing this town cared about. Well, things change, ma'am. And you know, changes are dangerous. If you finish that thought, I will make that monocle a permanent fixture of your anatomy. My apologies. Good day, Miss Valentine. Did I give you the impression this conversation was finished?
Mr. Wilder averted his gaze and began to polish his monocle.
Well, good day, Mr. Wilder. I don't remember if he was also Southern, but I guess he is today. He just chose to today. Okay, so we need to go to the coffee? Is that what we said? Is that what Oh, yeah. That's right. That's you guys. Can I go in here? No. Hey, her name is Zariel? Oh my god. Oh. Hiya, Luka. Could you please tell this lazy butt to help out in the cafe? Lumi, Zariel would like you... Luka, let me give you a little gem of advice. If you never do what you don't love, then you'll never work a day in your life. Wow. You're really setting the kid up for success. Alright, I don't remember the voice I gave you. Her name's Piper. That's cute. Oh, hey Luka, what's up? You know it's summer break, right? Of course. And it's like the morning. Correct. And you're studying. Like they say, the early bird gets the proper education required for a successful and fulfilling career later in life. Yeah, okay. Sure thing. Who am I delivering this to? Ah, Mr. Tolliver.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello? Ape?
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry. Ah, no bother, no bother.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
Okay. I see you have something for me. Yeah, Gran had some jam I'm supposed to give you.
He leaned in a bit further.
Jam? Yeah, these ones on top. She wrote your name on them.
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes. The jam. Thank you so much for delivering this jam to me.
He reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luka a little wink.
I shall put it on my store shelves post haste. Okay, I should finish my deliveries. Of course. Of course.
He leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course. Okay, Mr. Tolliver. You're a bit of a weirdo. How do you keep the ice cream cold? We keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice from? I don't know, somewhere cold. How do they keep somewhere cold cold? Look, Bert, do you want some ice cream or not? Nah, I'm good. Sure, I'm not going in that freaking history museum again. Alright, who's that other person I have to give it to? Oh, I have to give him jam. I don't want to give him jam. Got some jam for you, Mr. Nuncreed. Luka, you seem chipper. Well, aside from being on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luka for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I suppose it is. So, do you want your jam? Oh, right. Usually Juniper drops those off herself. I guess she's busy today.
Luka handed the jam to Mr. Nuncreed, and he nestled it with both hands.
Well, I'll just have to finish this batch off quicker than normal. What? You tell her to go ahead and get started on my next order. You got it. That's really, really creepy. Okay, but where's Mrs... Have I missed a whole... I missed a whole place. How did I miss this? Oh, hey, Dawn. Hey, Luka. What's up?
Dawn had dreams of becoming a big-time reporter. At night, she searched for the story that could be her big break. By day, she hawked papers at the newsstand.
They got you on jam delivery, eh? Yep. Hey, Dawn, have you noticed anything weird around town lately? What sort of weird things? Stuff going on at the old Valentine building. You might say I've heard some things. I'm working on a story about it right now. So, what's going on? Can't say quite yet. I still need to follow up on a few leads. Keep me in the loop, okay? Sure thing. Have you seen the new kid around yet? New kid? Yeah, came in from the big city. Her parents both got jobs here. But get this, one of them is working for William Care and Perennial Harvest. And the other is working for Harris Valentine. And? The Valentines represent Beacon Pines' past. Perennial Harvest has positioned itself as this town's future. Must make for some interesting dinner table conversations. I can imagine. I can't believe I missed this whole part of town. Oh. If I could just be left alone, young Mr. Van Horn. Oh, sure. Sorry to bother you. It's just that Mr. Kerr has asked me to make the opening speech at the festival. Being mayor and all, you might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. The truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I really don't think I'm cut out for this sort of thing. Cut out for being mayor or for public speaking? Both, I suppose. I never really chose any of this. It's more of a duty to my family. For our legacy. That sounds like a heavy burden. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure no one else will mind. Hello? Well, if it isn't my favourite little jam runner. Hey, Mrs. Fratelli. Look at you.
She leaned forward and pinched Luka's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is your gran not feeding you? She is, it's just... I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. See that picture over there? That's That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute, running around in your little apron, taking orders. The whole situation just breaks my heart, what happened with Eleanor. Oh, well, I've got a feeling she's out there somewhere, yearning to be with you again. Few things in this world can keep a mother from her son.
Luka shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh, yes, let's see here.
Mrs. Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
Looks like I'm your last delivery. I'll hold on to the basket until the next time I see Juniper. You tell your gran hello for me, Luka. Will do. Delivered jam. Oh.
Luka squinted at the faded photo of him and his mom at the diner. Memories of that day came flooding back.
Flashback. Oh. Hello, everybody. I'm ready to help, Mama. All right, little buckaroo. It's up to us to feed these folks while Mrs. Fratelli is away. I've got to deal with the inventory before I can start cooking. Do you think you can handle taking some orders in the meantime? Yes, Mama. Let's go ask the mayor. Aren't you a little young to be waiting tables? I'm just helping out. My father had me hustling when I was your age as well. Father always says, children are to be sails pulling a family ever forward. That doesn't sound very fun. There's plenty of time for fun. For instance, Father and I always make time to have lunch together once a month.
Luka glanced at the empty seat across from Gus.
Should I come back? Oh, no. Turns out Father was too busy to have lunch today. I'll just go ahead and eat alone. Oh. The silver lining is without him around, I can have my usual. A nice stack of cold cuts topped with a pile of sloppy chili. Okay. A nice stack of cold cuts with some chili. Yummy. Oh, this is so cute. I have your food. Here you are. Cold cuts with steaming hot chili on top. I call it the hot and cold. That's perfect, thank you. Who are you? Never met you. You had babies back then too, I guess. Hiya, Roxy. Luka? I'm helping. Wow, hopefully your work ethic will rub off on Rolo. What can I get you? I'm not really feeling like a burger. How about a chicken sandwich with bacon on top? Coming right up. Chicken sandwich with bacon on top. Yeah. Here you go. I call it the Love Me Tenders. Nice. Looks like we're missing a few things. Why don't you run out and grab some more ingredients? Okay, I'll be back. Oh, so I can come back and finish that. Okay. I should also go check. Oh. Beck! Hey, you. Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple? Why? How old are you? 12? Perfect. Follow me. Who are you? Anyone ever tell you ask too many questions? Just try to keep up, okay? Okay. What just happened? Welp. Hi, Beck. Hey, what a crazy coincidence. Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, we just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this. His favorite pizza topping in the whole world is pineapple. Oh, and what is your new little friend's name?
Beck locked eyes with Luka. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luka Van Horn, nice to meet you. I'm Nellie, and this is Ilona. We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luka a quick nudge.
Oh, yeah, Beck told me all about you. Already feels like we've known each other for years. So you both can stop obsessing about me making friends. Oh, darling, we never doubted you. It's just that for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of a stunted development doubles. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nelly means is that we just want this move to be as easy on you as possible. You can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for a celebration. Luka, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Wow, another coincidence. I actually already asked him, and he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two don't get into too much trouble now. Well, goodbye. Wow, can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome. I owe you one. My mums are great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. Our house is a little cottage next to that big mansion place. Oh, that's their little house. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by their big creepy gate. Don't be late, or I'm back to square one on this whole friend grift. Great, see you there. Okay, guess we'll just go meet Beck and have dinner with her parents. I feel like that bunny rabbit over there has always got a baby. She even had a baby in my background. Who are you? Oh, Jeff. Jeff. Good morning, Jeff.
What's so good about it? Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me.
Come on now, it's not all bad. The festival's coming up.
A festival? Old man Valentine used to put on cockamamie shindigs all the time. And where did that get us?
Well, it's Perennial Harvest putting on this one. And they're doing it for the whole town.
As far as I see it, difference between the old Valentine Company and this new Perennial Harvest outfit?
Jeff dug through his pockets for a bit.
Is the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana.
But those are both garbage.
Exactly.
Calling them trash. Proud of you, Jeff. They are, in fact, both trash. Should I go down here and see what up? Who there, little buddy? What brings you to this neck of the woods? Oh, I was just wandering around a bit. Wandering? How wonderful. Children and their wonderful wandering. Oh, to be young. Anyways, I can't let you pass just now. Top secret business that way.
Mr. Kerr winked with a wry smile.
I'm just yanking your chain. Perennial Harvest is just making a few improvements.
He gave Luka an energetic thump on the shoulder.
Better head home now. Our harvest awaits. That man is the creepiest fucking thing I've ever seen. Oh, Beck. So, who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there. And Solomon moved in a few years back. The creepy little kid in the vest? That sounds like the one. So, just 3 people live in that huge thing? But a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So, it's empty and boring. Pretty much. What a waste. My mum says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the foul harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone's mentioned this foul harvesting, and you all use that same ominous tone. Eventually, you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the best type of voice to use for her. I love a little cottage. It's like cute. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luka? You're not so bad. let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Great. Whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle that.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes nothing. Is this a...
Chapter 4.
Ooh.
Dinner with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town.
I skipped it. She said relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage.
Almost done.
My
Nellie
bad.
was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love. Couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luka finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
So, Luka, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma. Over on the other side of the river. Your grandma? Where are your parents at? Beck. Manners. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years ago. Oh dear. My mum's been missing for a few months now. Like missing?
Luka's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luka, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally we'd have put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Beck had mentioned that it's your favorite. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he said his mum was missing? Beck! I'm sorry, Luka. This move has us all a little tired.
Luka wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So, Beck said that you moved here for work?
Beck gave Luka a swift kick under the table.
Ow! I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right the first time. We're here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her their newest lead researcher of deep engineering. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy that I get to make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the ground.
Luka glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luka, is that there are two different ways to grow plants. Yes, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best, and some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. You swore you didn't!
Beck slammed her fist into the table, perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luka, how about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rolo soon.
Luka glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around here.
Luka wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you all for the pizza. It really was good. See you at the festival, Beck. Wait up. I'll walk you home. Aw, thanks, Beck.
Surprised, Luka turned around. He knew Rolo could be prickly around new people. But Beck seemed cool. Rolo would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
Luka began to respond with the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble.
Luka began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began
Let's
to
get
rumble
ready to
with
rumble.
ominous thunder.
Oh, it's gonna rain. You sure we can make it home before this storm kicks off?
Luka surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch cold. So I guess I'm staying over. Luka, Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest. Yeah, I'm gonna look through all your stuff.
Luka squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum. Gum?
Luka adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luka wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. I think you're cool. Oh, wow. Rolo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mum and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luka flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks. Wonder if I should have given Luka a voice. I feel bad now.
Luka bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Pungent.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview Condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry, was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. And when they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them is all. Luka, can I ask you something? Of course. Ow, Jesus. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you look cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rolo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? Didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luka took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How'd you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little: don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I've figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright, that things are gonna change.
Luka let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate that I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mum? Why can't we just stay somewhere? I'm not gonna do that. Ah!
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
Just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow, I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks. I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rolo at the festival. Sounds good. Luka, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luka a light thump on the arm before heading in.
Aw, he has little
Chapter
friends.
5. Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with a hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luka felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rolo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rolo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luka told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
I'm wondering if Rolo will think that way. Let's go catch up with Rolo at the treehouse. Oh. Hello, Dawn. Hey, Dawn. Tracking down a lead. You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar? How? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance. There were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that Eris had to take on a child as her ward. A kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo! So Eris was forced to take care of him? Yup, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luka. That is a good point. Ooh, glowy mushrooms. Can I go? I better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse. Yeah, okay, sorry. Weirdo Nuncreed. Why you gotta be such a weirdo? She's still reading her book. Hi. He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens! This is no time for fractured friendships. It's also no time for you to be out. Oh. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We are all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir, very much. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good, then it's decided. Yes, sir, we'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. That man is creepy. Hey, he went into his house. Look at him. Should I fish again? Let's see. Hi, Dad. Oh, pungent.
Luka wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
All right, ready? I'll catch a good one, Dad. Just you wait. What do we get? Oh, what is that? A watch? A pocket watch? Puppeteer Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, Puppeteer Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. The man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. Okay, thanks, Dad. Rolo, are you still up there? I'm sorry, Rolo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back never.
Luka had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset.
Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason.
I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rolo scoffed.
The rain held me up.
Liar! You weren't even home.
What?
The storm got bad, and I got worried. So I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house, and you weren't there.
I hadn't made it back yet.
I'm not a fool, Luka. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam.
No, that storm rolled in out of nowhere. And I got stuck after dinner at Beck's
Luka
house.
stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck?
She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends.
New friends? I spent all day waiting for you. And you were off making new friends.
It's not like that, Rolo.
You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to Mission Control. It was going to be a surprise. But you took so long, the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship.
What does that even mean?
Luka became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me.
Of course I care, you ass.
I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you. But I kept my word. 'Cause that's what friends do.
Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made.
Easy for you to say. Your gran doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want. And you wouldn't even get in trouble.
Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rolo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa's right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luka.
Stop quoting your pa's nonsense like it means anything.
Yeah, well, at least my Pa's still around.
The words hung in the cold night air. Rolo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line. But it was too late.
Luka,
Good night, Rolo. That was a low thing to say. Dang it. Yeah, that was not what I had in mind when they said catch up. Okay, well.
Luka dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Oh, a ball. Rolo. What a jerk. Can I kick it again? Call me a bad friend. Ooh, I'm Rolo. Look at me and my amazing family. This is actually so fun. Woo! Okay. Can I go downstairs? If Rolo thinks I'm still going to the festival with him, he can shove it. No. I guess it's bedtime. I guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Weep. Oh. Poor Luka. Luka?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
Luka. You slept straight through breakfast. Luka, are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've got to run out and take care of some things. Okay, I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luka just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
Front door closes and that's when we get up to play. I bet Rolo's still gonna go to the festival. He's gonna be miserable. Beep. Okay, well that's where I'm gonna leave it here for today's episode, but we definitely made some changes. Let's look at our tree now. So I'm wondering what would happen if we chose break instead. I kind of want to stay on this line for a bit because, you know, Rumble has a question mark, which means it's interesting. We'll see. This one has a different line that we could choose with tickle. I wouldn't mind trying that at some point too, but for now, I'm happy with where I am for now. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!